Hello everyone, welcome back to another Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 video. Today I just want to play and I want to discuss a topic. I want to talk about, is this Garden Warfare 2 anti-cheat actually good for the game? Now this seems like a given. Obviously an anti-cheat for a game with a cheater problem would be good. However, there's a lot more other things to consider with this update. I am gonna hop into a game before I keep yapping though. With the news that the EA anti-cheat is coming to Garden Warfare 2, it has brought a lot of questions. And a lot of those questions are not answered in the EA FAQ. So I'm gonna try to answer some of those questions. I'm gonna give my take on this whole scenario. I'm gonna try to be as factual as possible. I may get some things wrong, so if I do, then feel free to correct me in the comments. But is this EA anti-cheat update actually good for Garden Warfare 2? Now, the biggest downside to this entire update that I've seen the most people talking about is Garden Warfare 2 mods. With the EA anti-cheat, you are not able to launch the game with any modified game files whatsoever. That would include both cosmetic mods and mods that give you an advantage. So when the EA anti-cheat does come to Garden Warfare 2, any sort of mods will not work anymore. This has made a lot of people angry because a lot of people's sole reason for playing the game is the wide variety of different mods. And I think that that is honestly a very fair point of criticism. Me personally, I play the game with a fair amount of mods. Now most of these mods are just little quality of life changes or just cosmetic mods. And me personally, I'm able to live without playing the game with mods. I like the base game of Garden Warfare 2 enough to not need mods to play the game. However, there are some people who have been playing this game every single day since launch, and the only way that they feel a sense of replayability that they get is from mods. And I do think that that is fair. However, I feel like if the only sole reason you're playing this game is because of mods, I feel like that this game has just run its course for you. Video games are not meant to be played for 50, 60 years on end. And I think that mods add a lot of replayability, and that's the reason that some people can play those games for so long. All in all, I think it's a very fair point of criticism to not like this anti-cheat update just because it gets rid of mod support. Mods for Garden Warfare 2 PC are a ginormous part of Garden Warfare 2 on PC, as well as there's game modes that you just cannot play anymore, like Cats vs Dinos, Soil Survivors, because they're not in the Town Hall rotation anymore, and the only way that you can play those is with mods. And now, with this update, you will never be able to play those game modes ever again because mod support is going to get removed. Now, how do we know this for a fact? They never went over mod support in the FAQ. This EA anti-cheat is not a new anti-cheat. This anti-cheat exists on some of other EA's titles, such as Battlefield 2042, and if you try to launch Garden Warfare 2 with any mods on Frosty Mod Manager, it just will not work. So it's safe to assume that that will be the exact same scenario for Garden Warfare 2 because they're going to be using the exact same anti-cheat. Another question I've seen a lot of people ask is, are you still going to be able to change your FOV? And yes, you should be able to. Changing your FOV is just simply changing a file in your documents, and that's the file that just contains your video settings and stuff like that, so changing your FOV really shouldn't be affected. However, anything else like a cosmetic mod, maybe you like use mashed potatoes mod so you can use like soldier hats on an imp, those will not work anymore. As well as this EA anti-cheat only works on Windows devices. So if you play Garden Warfare 2 on a Steam Deck, you will not be able to play Garden Warfare 2 anymore when this update comes out in March. I feel that with this update, EA definitely has the right heart for it. I feel like they failed to take the community into consideration with this update. Of course, adding an anti-cheat for a game with a cheater problem makes perfect sense. However, they failed to realize that mods are such a huge part of Garden Warfare 2 on PC. Some people buy Garden Warfare 2 on PC simply for the mods. Even Wolfie Plays only bought this game on PC because he wanted to use mods. And now if you're playing the game whenever the update comes out, you will not be able to use those mods anymore. Now, if you decide to stay on the older version of the game, which is the current patch that we're playing on, which is the patch before the anti-cheat update, you should still be able to use those mods. However, there's going to be no online support for this old patch because there's no reason for them to support online with this old patch. So you will not be able to play Private Play Remastered or anything like that with your friends because there will just be no online support whatsoever. As well as one really big question that I have, in the blog post they mentioned that the stat exploit, which is the ban, the level 46 thing, is going to be fixed with this update. And I don't doubt that because the EA anti-cheat is not going to allow use of cheat engine, which is the cheating thing to ban people. But wouldn't people just be able to stay on the old patch, use cheat engine, and just ban you anyways? Or is this new anti-cheat going to detect that you have too much XP on your account and just automatically revert it? I have no idea. So revolving around the whole ban issue, there is still a lot of questions to be asked. The biggest one being, can people just stay on the old patch and still ban you? Maybe they'll make another post going over some more questions that people are asking. That would be fantastic if they did that. But if they don't do that, then I guess we'll just see whenever the update comes out in March. Let's say hypothetically people are able to stay on the old patch and still ban your account. For a person like me who has been consecutively banned back to back to back to back, and I am just unable to play the game on my main account, this whole new security update will be absolutely meaningless to me because my account would still be banned. Again, this is all hypothetical. My account would still be banned because some cheaters playing on the old patch and just continuing to ban me. And not only can I still not play on my main account, I'll have to still play on an alt account, and I can't play with any mods whatsoever. Another thing I know people have been talking about is the fact that this is a kernel level anti-cheat. It is an anti-cheat that has access to your PC's files to detect that you are using cheats or not. This is the same type of anti-cheat that Valorant uses, and at least in that game's case, it has proven to be pretty successful because it can literally go through your files on your PC to see if you have cheats. A lot of people don't like kernel level anti-cheats because it is kind of an invasion of privacy. You have to let this application go through the files on your computer to make sure you're not cheating. Now, it is a pretty big company like EA, so if they were doing anything malicious with your files or anything like that, I'm confident people would have caught on by now. But it still is extremely sketchy. At the end of the day, it still is a company going through your computer files. So if people don't want to play on the current patch just because they don't want the kernel level anti-cheat going through their computer, that is also completely valid. The way that I'm wording it makes it sound a lot more malicious than it is. I'll put a definition of a kernel level anti-cheat on the screen now just so I can actually get an accurate description of what it is. It's not like they're actually going through file by file, because I know what a kernel level anti-cheat is. It's just kind of weird to explain without it sounding super sketchy. Yeah, but the anti-cheat itself is a little As well as this anti-cheat has already been bypassed in Battlefield 2042. So who's to say that this anti-cheat also won't get bypassed in this game? Now, even if this anti-cheat does have a bypass, I doubt that people are just going to be giving it away for free, because you're cracking a kernel level anti-cheat. I'm pretty sure people are going to want to make money off of that. So as far as the anti-cheat working goes, I think that department is pretty clear. I think that the anti-cheat will work fine. I think that it will reduce the amount of cheaters significantly in Garden Warfare 2. But that's not to say the game will become completely cheater-free. There's not a single anti-cheat on the planet that gets rid of every cheater. There always is a crack in every code. But I definitely think it will reduce the amount of cheaters by a substantial margin. In the article they made about the EA anti-cheat coming to Garden Warfare 2, they go over why they chose a kernel-level anti-cheat. They also tell you what the EA anti-cheat actually is and what it does, so if you want more info, also look at the FAQ. A very big thing that people are worried about is a large portion of the Garden Warfare 2 PC community just leaving. Because a lot of people, myself included, play Garden Warfare 2 with mods. Some people play Garden Warfare 2 with mods to the point where they wouldn't even play the game without mods. And this is a good amount of people that play Garden Warfare 2. You have to remember, Garden Warfare 2 on PC is not a very big community at all. So that means that since it's not even a big community overall, a lot of the players are playing with mods and a lot of players just don't want to play without mods. So with this update coming, there's definitely going to be a large hit to the player counts on this game on PC. And personally, I do think that it will affect queue times, it will affect lobbies, stuff like that, but only time will tell. Maybe the player count won't drop as far as I think it will. I don't think it'll drop too bad. I don't think the game's gonna die or anything like that. There still is a lot of unanswered questions and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that we will just see whenever the anti-cheat actually launches. I just wanted to make this video going over the questions that a lot of people have been asking recently, because this anti-cheat is not all sunshine and rainbows. There is definitely downsides to this anti-cheat, and there's definitely upsides to this anti-cheat. Whether you think the upsides outweigh the downsides, that's completely up to you. Me personally, I definitely will still be playing Garden Warfare 2 on PC. I am perfectly fine playing the game vanilla, and I do think that when this anti-cheat comes out, if it actually does end up working pretty well and the amount of cheaters and the ban issue gets completely fixed, maybe I'll restart Garden Warfare 2 once again. Both the times I've tried to restart Garden Warfare 2 on PC, those accounts have both been banned. That is the main reason that the whole series I was doing where I was only opening phenomenal character packs, I was playing without mods on PC, and I was opening every pack on camera, that series, that's the reason that stopped. That account just got banned, so I wasn't able to continue it. As well as the main grind account that I was playing on for a very long while that we were 20 something rank plate, that account has also been banned. So the biggest question I have with this anti-cheat is if the ban issue is actually going to get 100% fixed. Because if you're playing on the latest patch, we know for a fact you will not be able to ban people, because the EA anti-cheat will not allow you to use cheat engine. But if you're playing on an older patch of the game, I don't see what's stopping you from just banning people while playing on an older patch. I really hope EA has taken that into consideration and has done something to prevent that, because if EA has not taken that into consideration, that is a very easy way to still keep banning people, because we all know that this version of the game is going to get archived. People are still going to want to make mods, and this is going to be the game version that they make the mods on. Because when the latest version comes out, it just will not support mods anymore. I don't really think I want to play this whole turf game out, to be honest. I've been yapping for long enough now. This video is probably not going to be as edited as much, probably going to be a lot less memes. I really just wanted to sit down and talk about this whole EA anti-cheat thing in a longer video. Again, the biggest thing I hope EA actually takes into consideration is the ban issue, because that is the biggest thing. We can live with skids to a certain degree. We can live with all the other bullshit that this game has. But the ban issue is just something we cannot live with. And if people are able to just stay on an older patch of the game and still ban people, that is going to be a humongous problem. But only time will tell. This update does come out in March, so unless they do another FAQ or anything like that, then I guess we'll just see what happens in March. That is going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, that would mean the absolute world to me. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.